IBM slashes 3,900 jobs. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your hashtag not sponsored $2 coffee today and let's have a look at what's happening with IBM. Now before we look at the article, let's just check out their stock price at the moment. They're at $134.45 USD, and IBM's a bit of a funny company. I guess since they've abandoned a lot of their consumer products, now they have a lot of software and services that they provide. We go to the max data, you know, since the 90s they've climbed right back up, but they're kind of just hovering there. And I think in business, my biggest interaction with IBM was their OneNotes, their mail system that they have, Lotus Notes. Boy, that's going back right there. I think that's what it is. So let's have a look at this, guys. So IBM cuts 3,900 jobs, blaming its exit from Russia and rising inflation. So this is the first time we've heard the old Russia exit as one of the old arguments of job cuts, because there is an apocalypse going on in the tech sector. Lots of people are losing their jobs. The tech bloodbath continues, with another well-known firm slashing its workforce as tens of thousands of workers across the sector are impacted. Now, this is going to be hard. It's hard enough losing a job, but if you're losing it while everyone else in the same industry and same skill set are losing your job as well, then, yeah, it's not fun. So the tech company IBM is slashing 3,900 jobs, about 1.5% of its global workforce, following in the footsteps of a long list of other companies that have fired thousands of staff in recent months. The cuts will cost the company around $300 million and will mainly impact its spin-off IT management outfit called Kyndryl, as well as parts of its AI unit, Watson Health. Okay, what really happened to Watson Health? There was whole hopes that would revolutionize healthcare. Really, we should be able to at least get a alternative medical opinion just from a smartphone and the diagnosis, shouldn't we? That should make access to GP services a lot cheaper. We're not quite there yet, and I bet they'll fight it tooth and nail. It came as IBM's report for the fourth quarter revealed its cash flow was at US $9.3 billion, below its target of $10 billion, with CEO Arvind Krishna blaming factors such as exiting Russia, wage inflation, and a strong dollar for the drop. Yet quarterly revenue sat at $16.7 billion, which was up 6%, leaving many surprised at the cuts. However, IBM Chief Financial Officer James Kavanaugh told Reuters that the company was still committed to hiring for client-facing research and development. IBM cuts add to the pile of staff that have been let go in recent times. Last week, Google's parent company Alphabet became the largest US tech giant to enact large-scale restructuring, announcing that 12,000 jobs would be cut globally. And Alphabet, or Google, owns, well, the YouTube platform. I mean, $12,000 people sounds like a significant number, and it is, but in the grand scheme of things at Google, yeah, there you go. It's more concerning that they stopped hiring. Laid off workers were reportedly informed by email, though in some cases they only knew they were fired once they arrived at work, where their access badges were denied. Yeah, probably because they didn't check their emails at home like sensible people did. Remember when that was a whole thing? When you couldn't, I'm showing my age, you couldn't access your work emails at home. Remember that? Boy, those were the days. Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai said the cuts were to correct recent dramatic growth. Wait, so is this similar to every other company that shot up during the crazy COVID times, the lockdown mania, and everyone chilling on their couch at home, so they were using more digital services? Is this what it is? Amazon was set to lay off more than 18,000 of its workers, representing about 6% of the retailer's overall corporate workforce of 300,000 people. Microsoft also announced it would lay off 10,000 employees in the coming months as the economic downturn continued to punish US tech giants. US software company Salesforce also planned to cut 10% of staff, or more than 7,000 employees, citing a challenging macro environment. That's, well, I've invested in Microsoft and I've invested in Salesforce. Salesforce was a much worse investment. Oh, well, we'll see. I'll ride it out. I'm not worried. Even major bank Goldman Sachs was set to sack 3,200 staff in coming weeks in one of its biggest round of job cuts in more than 150 years. Meanwhile, US bank Silvergate was forced to lay off hundreds of staff and sell off assets after it saw $8 billion worth of cryptocurrency withdrawn by customers. What do you expect? According to tech site Layoffs FYI, nearly 194,000 industry employees have lost their jobs in the US since the beginning of 2022. Well, since they've mentioned it, let's jump over and check out the crypto prices. So Bitcoin's bounced back up now. It's healthily over $20,000. It's nearly at 23 USD. There you go, guys. Look at that movement, but over a day. Let's look at over the year. There you go. Still down from the highs of last year, but a big jump at the beginning of the year. As confidence returning. And that's significant because usually, wasn't there always a Bitcoin sell-off at the Chinese or Lunar New Year? Or in the lead up to that? Maybe that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing this is the sell-off, Chinese New Year, or at least there was back in the day. I guess, in China, the ability to use crypto has pretty much diminished, hasn't it? At least the mining has. So there you go. That's jumped back up there. And what else are we looking at here? Ethereum's at $1,600 nearly. BNB $300. Ripple or XRP 40 cents. Cardano is still doing terrible. You'd think it might do better once it could be programmed and useful, but no, people are just looking for the next big thing. So guys, well, let's have a talk about all of this. Well, there we have it. Once again, another big company is making cuts for the best interest of the company. Now, this is going to happen. This is just part of business. You have to realize when you're working somewhere, and particularly in America, and they feed you the whole bullshit of we're a family, we're all here, we're here together. Those should be alarm bells. Those really should be alarm bells. A workplace, a big company, they're not family. You're not family. They won't have your back like family will. A small business might. They might go out of their way to take care of you, but that's quite rare. And when push comes to shove, their family will come before you. So just make sure if you're in a situation like this, you've got your options. Now, the hardest thing is for people in the tech industry, everyone's getting fired at the same time. So there you go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out my other channel, Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. Financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve or AussieBroadband. You can buy our pocket squares or call us if you need an architect. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now. Remember when these were $1? I miss those days.